Las Vegas Discount.net's the best there is. Save up to 50% on your next Vegas trip. And travel, rental, shows, and tours. Find the deals you're looking for. Las Vegas Discount.net. Las Vegas Discount.net. If you're going to Vegas for deals that are the best, visit Las Vegas Discount.net.
FightNetRadio.com with Andrew and Lee, talking boxing, combat, sports, comedy, football, and everything kick-ass. All on FightNetRadio.com. Fight Net Radio!
Hola, soy Julio César Chávez.
And lights out, baby. Lights out all day.
This is Sugar Ray Leonard, and you listen to Fight Net Radio.
I mean, this is ridiculous. It's a radio show. It ain't a one-hour television spectacular.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
We gon' know. I got eyes and ears everywhere. I got friends all over the world, man.
Who gives a shit with White? He's a piece of crap.
G'day, Fight Net Radio fans. This is your wonder from down under the Southern Hemisphere and European Sweet Science international correspondent, Sam Navajira from the Exceptional People podcast. First up from the ICC Theatre in Sydney, Australia, and proudly brought to you by Main Event Pay-Per-View, Tim, son of Kostya Zeus, took the next step in cleaning out his Australian backyard as his plans for world domination continue. His opponent was highly favoured and former IBF Youth Super Welterweight title holder Dwight the Fighting Cowboy Ritchie. Tim Tszyu delivered a career-best performance, dominating the brave Victorian over 10 one-sided rounds. There was a sense that a stoppage could have come in the fifth round as Tszyu rattled Ritchie a few times but failed to follow up. Having relinquished the Australian Super Welterweight belt, Tim Tszyu walked away with Ritchie's IBF Australasian Super Welterweight title and a top 5 world ranking. Tim's next opponent could possibly come from the Jeff the Hornet Horn versus Michael the Pretty Boy Zarafa bout on August 31st in Bendigo, Victoria. And finally, more news from Australia as world-rated super middleweight Jade the Matador Mitchell signs a 5-fight TV deal with Australian-based promoter Hosking Promotions. Lyndon Hosking. Hosking Promotions boss will be a guest this week on my Exceptional People podcast, which you can find on iTunes or by visiting exceptionalpeople.com.au. That's it from me. This is Sam Navajiro, Fight Net Radio Southern Hemisphere and European Sweet Science international correspondent and #1 casual fan. Bye for now.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. Lee Honish, Andrew Lapachet. There we go. Now you can see everything. Perfect, right, Andrew? Hi, everybody.
Yes.
Welcome to Fight Net Radio. Lee Honish, Andrew Lapachet, bringing you the wonderful world of boxing. How's everyone doing? How are you, Andrew?
Very good.
I am on remote, as always, because I've gone to 2 different events in Southern California, and I'm tired. I'm tired on day 3, Andrew. I'm just being perfectly honest. I'm tired on day 3. What have you been up to?
Well, me and my wife just celebrated our 1-year anniversary of marriage, Lee. We have a new date now. It's no longer when I still have to do something on that day too when we met. But then there's the 1 year is up. It is complete. Wasn't that hard?
No, I don't think it was much different than the first time.
The first 23 years.
The first 20. I don't think it was much different. I don't. Except you could actually figure out the day you were going to have sex with your wife this time. You actually knew on a button, this is the day we get to have sex. Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
On 1 year of successful marriage and 23 years?
Yeah, 1996, man. Whatever 19. Yeah, I think 23 years. Yes, sir.
Forever. forever. On the other hand,
what were you doing in 1996?
Okay, 93 is when I went to rehab. 96.
Shit. Damn it, Lee. I was only 16. I was barely starting my drug career. Damn it.
Yeah, ended my career in 93. 96, I was already done with my first marriage. Hold on, I'm good at this game. By 2000, I was into my second marriage and had already handed out 3 rings at that point. 2004, you and I both had daughters, approximately. Yeah, there you go. That wraps up most of the 90s for me. I can't say anything too positive about those, other than the culmination of getting into my second marriage, which, by the way, for those keeping count, failed at that one too. I have a great daughter. Other than that, yeah, I don't have much, Andrew. Don't have much.
Very nice.
Went to a lot of fights in Vegas. That was that would be the Reddick, Bowe, Lennox, Lewis era. Holyfield, Bowe, Lewis era of boxing.
Yeah.
And then that weird thing with Tommy
Tyson.
Morrison.
I think Tyson gets out of prison, right?
Yeah.
1996 could be the return to Mike.
That's a whole weird era of boxing. It was all about the heavyweights. It was the tail end.
De La Hoya is coming. Roy Jones is coming. There's a great era. So it's a great era.
Everything's a great era, and that's why you're listening to Fight Net Radio. Lee
Is
Honish,
this right now a great era? Wait a minute. Is this right now a great era, Lee?
No, it's not. I just had this talk with Raymundo last night. Look, I put out a lot of content, Andrew. I'm the producer of, you and I both own a venture that you have made me the day-to-day manager of. And I can safely say this. We create a lot of content for the wonderful world of fighting. Okay, we're very diversified these days. We have photographers. We have ringside media people that are tied up with other organizations. We're a vast multi-network entity that does a podcast for your family on a Sunday. By the way, our videos do better than our podcast. You podcast people have to step up. I'm just saying. All right.
Yeah, I know the Ruiz video was a hit. Yes, it was.
The Ruiz video was a hit. We're actually going to go through our Facebook timeline and get Andrew's feedback for the week. I know that look, we basically do this podcast for the die-hard regulars that made Fight Net Radio the number one source that it is on Facebook. And we appreciate you guys. So we do this podcast for you guys each and every week. Kelly King was a little disappointed that we didn't have Andrew's feedback from last week. So we're going to clean everything up right now, get you guys all up to speed. Because the only thing that happened last night, which we're going to cover, it's in the timeline. I went to Top Rank's event. Here's how bad that card was.
Lee, can I ask you a question before we get into the fight? Because I want to know if you did it.
Sure.
Did you get the invitation for the Fight Prediction League?
I did, and I even talked to him. So let's give him a shout out. Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't done it yet. I'm going to do it. It's going to be in our timeline, and I'm going to talk about it. So big shout out to Anthony Champ
Ross.
Yes, good job.
Yep, good guy.
Do we even know how we know this guy?
Yeah, no, I've known him for a while. They're Bay Area media. He's
nice
Bay Area guy. Yes, sir.
Super nice guy. I tried to get him into our league. He's like too funny. I don't know jack about football. But yes, I actually had a chat with him, told him that I would actually talk about it today and that I actually put it on our timeline. We're going to cover all of it. We are shooting video as well if you want to go back and watch video of us reviewing video. Great. There seems to be a niche for that too. We're just spreading the love everywhere we can. You want to talk about Hard Knocksing your Raiders for a minute so we can get it over with?
Oh, no, I don't watch it.
I find that impossible to believe, Andrew.
No, I don't watch that. I don't watch. I told you I disconnected HBO, even though I might take it back. I don't know. TV really sucks right now. Uh, nah, dude, told you I'm over the Raiders right now. I need Mark to fail, so I can't be. I told you I didn't buy my tickets. I don't have my tickets this year, Lee. Turn those in. It sucks. I'm gonna take Giovanni to a game. I need him to at least see it before they leave.
Wait for Gold Star, bro. Just like boxing, wait for Gold Star.
Look, Lee, last year, the only reason why I renewed him was because of the return of Gruden, right? I thought at the very least, if they don't do good, I can sell some of these tickets. Bro, because of schedule, I wasn't able to go to the first game. I was on call. I don't like giving up my on calls because then when you have to repay that worker, it seems to be on the worst weekend they could ever pick. So
were you
I don't
about
like
to
doing
say
that.
rape that coworker? It felt like you were going to say rape that coworker.
No.
What are you doing with the boys out in the field?
I tried to sell them. I tried to sell tickets, bro. They didn't sell. They did not sell. None of them sold the whole year. The Raiders suck. We went 4-12. Gruden looks like a bust. The whole team's, pissed off at Gruden. Looks like they're not playing for him. It was a fucking total disaster. Now this year, I hope it's better. They got a lot of rookies in there. They fired a lot of the guys that were problems, and they brought in a bunch of rookies, and they're going to see if these guys will mesh with Gruden. I will tell you the reports on the radio is that he's not doing that good as connecting. He's just too far of a gap. There's too far of a gap between him and the guys that are coming in. But this last week they showed unity, right? They kicked the shit out of the Arizona Cardinals. And what I liked about the game was a lot of our defensive guys knew where to be. You could see on the snap, the players knew where to react. So that's good coaching. Abraham, our safety, looked excellent. Jacobs, the running back, excellent. Farrell's pressing. I'm in love with what I see. But then you got to get to week one. But no, I am not watching Hard Knocks. I really never liked Hard Knocks, Lee. Bunch of guys run around, no shirts on, right? Fucking big men acting like children. I don't know. It's almost like, even the get back to boxing, the 24/7 shows started getting boring. I don't care about your jewelry and your cars and you know what I mean? Oh, look, I'm walking my fucking dog. Come on now. Like I would way rather see a lot more sparring. Guys training, how long they're training for, or learn more about the inside of boxing than what 24/7 turned into. And that was a fucking shit show. It was just like, how many private jets can you take in a half an hour show? That's what it seemed like to me, right? They all buy the car. They have to drive around the fancy car during the 24/7. It's just, and the Hard Knocks, same thing. So I really don't watch.
No, it's okay. I wanted your feedback, and I got exactly what I was after, Andrew.
I will tell you this. How about this one, Lee? Let me stay on it real fast. Everyone talks about the Raider Nation, how they're going to swarm Las Vegas and just gobble up the 70 or 68,000 seats that are supposed to be there when this thing opens up. Lee, have you seen one report that says this Hard Knocks has been the best thing the NFL has ever brought to HBO? I'm just asking because I haven't. I'm on multiple Raider chat rooms, and while I see people talk about the Hard Knocks show, I haven't seen one person go, damn, look at the Raider Nation just made this Hard Knocks show the highest rating thing HBO has ever put out. Don't know if it's
because you're Raider fans. You're all snake bit. You have a bad owner. You like the only.
This is bad for the NFL, then, right?
Happy. No, this is about the Bay Area being unhappy again and getting shafted by the Davis family. Like you guys should have figured it out when they moved to LA. Like. That's the part I don't understand. You guys are like some kind of battered wife program, right?
Yeah, no, some of us are. No, you're like, I was too young. I'm born in LA and come back to the Bay Area. And
but
I'm
like
born in 80.
Older Raider crowd, like you should be expecting this kind of action.
They've lost them. They've lost the older Raider crowd. And I'm telling you this right now, Lee. This does play bad for Mark Davis. They needed this Hard Knocks show plus this season to drive them into this stadium if they're not a playoff team. People need to connect to these players, which would want to go see them live. I believe it's a bad sign that this show didn't do better viewership than what it's being shown right now. Like I said, Raiders are one of the most clicked things on the internet. There's some stat out there that NFL.com has never went 1 week since being in existence that they did not drop a Raiders story because it's one of the most clicked things on the internet. If their ratings were through the roof, I think I personally would have seen multiple stories across my feed already about Hard Knocks, highest ratings ever, Raider Nation. Haven't seen it, Lee, and I think that's going to tell when they go to this story. We're going to see a lot of empty seats. People, the Bay Area is one of the most visited places in the world, too. San Francisco, the Bay Area, it's all the same. The Raiders have $25 seats, and we couldn't fill up our stadium, so stop it with the Raider Nation bullshit. The Bay Area drives that team, and he backstabbed us, so fuck him.
Everybody remember 10 minutes ago when he said he didn't have an opinion? You're welcome. That was for Andrew's family specifically. I'm telling you, I'm loyal to our podcast crowd. I'm just loyal to this crowd. I'm never not going to do podcast content for you guys, ever. Although you guys only seem to react to certain content these days. Like, we have spikes. Like, depending on the topic, we have spikes of what they'll actually listen to. So we're going to catch you up. This show is all about Andrew Lapachet and getting his feelings. I've been all over the video feeds, so you don't need my help. First and foremost, go to fightnetradio.com. Of course, support LasVegasDiscount.net. And, of course, big shout-out to Sam Navajero, who did a recap of all the fights Andrew and I didn't watch, didn't care about, and really – it makes us sound like a credible media source. When people turn us on, they can hear Sam's voice. Do you want to hear the behind-the-scenes producer, Andrew, or are you just going to play the silent co-owner? But here's my production. See, you never give me production notes, so I'll tell you a production note, Andrew, live on the air. My theory is that if we actually have like a real sponsor or like a media source that wants to know what we're about, the first thing they'll hear is Sam. And they'll go, oh, these guys are just like a real news show. Right. That's exactly what we are.
Yes, sir.
That's why he has that spot. Sam sounds great. It's kind of funny. It's kind of spicy. It's not too much. You know, it's like a good mild salsa, right? It's a good palate cleanser before whatever shit show we start, depending on my mood or your mood. And I haven't completely had all my coffee yet. I'm still trying to wake up from the Rams were playing next door, Andrew. The Rams had a game at the same time as that fight. Can you even calculate in your mind what an area that has no parking to begin with is like with a football game and a boxing event?
And not just a football game, one of the hottest teams in the NFL.
The Cowboys, yeah, right. America's team. Everybody shows up for the
Cowboys, Rams. The Rams are in the Super Bowl. They're hot out there right now. Hip-hop videos, you guys. Seeing a lot more Rams jerseys. Just saying. Something going on there.
No, it'll be a little street. I get it. It's going to be – so if you're wondering from the LA perspective, I think personally it's Dodgers-Rams, right? That – if you're going for the hood level, street level thing, it's Dodgers, Rams, always Lakers, even though they suck. Nobody ever gets behind the Clippers. They're seen as still owned by a white guy for some reason.
Let me tell you, NFL fans, something. I hate to burst your bubble, but Mr. Kroenke's $5 billion in the hole out there in LA. They need a little bit more than a streak, and I believe that's why he settled his dispute with Jerry Jones, and Jerry Jones is now selling the naming rights to that team. They're working together to get him out of that hole, brings everyone's market up. Their money gets bigger with the $5 billion building out there.
He's also getting a Super Bowl. He's getting a Super Bowl too.
Bet the Rams. Bet the Rams, bro. Bet the Rams.
Fuck no doubt. No doubt. Look, as long as they keep winning the NFC West or championship for the next couple of years on and off, they're fine. They finally dropped that stupid licensing bullshit, so now they can actually sell some seats. Yeah. Licensing is dumb. Nobody in LA is going to pay $50,000 because we have been snake bit out here. Okay, the Rams are the original snake bite fuck you team. Okay. They started in LA, they moved to Anaheim. Yeah. Nobody went to Anaheim. They said, fuck it, and went to St. Louis, got a Super Bowl. And then when that fucking dried up. They came back out here.
And actually, wait. Don't cut them short. Don't cut St. Louis short. St. Louis built them.
St. Louis to L.A.
Yeah, they built them a stadium.
Back to St. Louis, back to L.A. Yeah,
they built them a stadium, Lee. Approved a new stadium less than 20 years later. Kroenke said, nah, LA's a bigger market. I'm out. Right? That's all they had. Dude, St. Louis was so loyal to the NFL. 2 stadiums in less than 20 years. That's unheard of. And they still got shafted. So money talks, man. Money talks.
And not to mention my Chargers moved up to LA. What can I say about that? I mean, they weren't going to get a stadium in San Diego. Oh, well.
Yeah.
And now they get to play and look, Kroenke needs the money now. So there's nothing to be said about that. There you go. You're all caught up on football. So let's start through the timeline, get Andrew's reaction. First and foremost is Fight Net Radio's Fantasy Football. Go to fnr.rocks or just find it at the top of our page. Click the sign up button, Andrew. We have just 4 spots remaining. The draft begins on the 26th. I'm saying this for all the regulars. We're going to do it on Monday, the 26th at 8 o'clock because Andrew works. That's why. I'd hold it in the morning if it were left up to me because I don't have a real job.
First pick, I'm taking Derek Carr, baby.
Of course you are. Of course.
Raiders defense.
And by that standard, I think Will's going to take all San Francisco players. So we'll see how that one goes. So just go click the sign up button, get one of the 4 last spots. I'm just putting it out there because I think it would be hilarious to do fantasy football this year amongst everybody.
Yeah,
let's see. Cool. Let's start off with next week's fight, Andrew. Kovalev Yarde, shall we? You just posted this 2 hours ago. Let's talk about Kovalev Yarde. We talked about this on the video we shot last night, but I don't want to say this because it'll go to Raymundo's head. Kovalev wins the fight, doesn't slip on a banana peel, Andrew, and then fights Canelo before the end of the year.
I don't know about
Raymundo's right.
It's a fast turnaround. Remember, they wanted $12 million. De La Hoya said no. They take Yarde for what? $4 million, $2 million, I think we were talking about. They get the win. Now you go back to Canelo, you get your $12 million. I don't see that happening because he's going to get hit. Defensive wizard, Kovalev isn't. He would have to go in there and flatline Yarde, and Yarde has shown nothing that would make us believe Kovalev's going to do that to him. Now, he is a younger fighter, but he is undefeated, and sometimes those guys are hard to beat with that alone. So I see Kovalev out for the Canelo sweepstakes for this year, possibly next May, but they're looking at Billy Joe Sanders right now, who's a great fight for Canelo. That sells a lot of tickets. Really interested in Yarde Kovalev. Lee, obviously, let's end this one out. Kovalev either returns as one of the big hitters in that division with 2 wins against top 10 contenders in Alvarez and Yarde, or we have a new undefeated rising star I think Canelo will want nothing of if he destroys Kovalev.
Posted by me last night at midnight, Andrew, from Saudi Arabia. I was in Fight Net Radio was in Saudi Arabia.
Nice.
Back money has yet to show up, Andrew.
See.
Here it is from Frank Warren. The bottom line is the U.S. State Department advises its citizens not to go to Saudi Arabia for many reasons. The killing of journalist Hamal Khashoggi, human rights issues. They've got a long paragraph on torture, cruel, inhumane treatment, women's rights, and it talks about the risk of going to airports where terrorists may attack. That's all on their official website. His own government is telling him. You sure
Warren said all this?
No, look, these are big words that Andy Ruiz would never use.
Man,
Andy Ruiz's big word. Andy Ruiz's big word is pass me more of food.
I guess Frank Warren's never looking to travel over there, huh? Yeah, you could.
That's all on their official website. His own government is telling him that it could be that he could be in danger. All this nonsense about having his titles taken away from him, that is nonsense. You can be sued for breach of contract. He may not, and he may have a point there, but it's not an easy case, that's for sure. He has a very, very strong position for not traveling.
Yeah.
And my comment when I posted this, and I'll say it again, the bag of money has not arrived at Andy Ruiz's house yet. That's all that's happening here. Somebody hasn't dropped off the extra 9 or 10 million that it's going to take for him to go drop his title in Saudi Arabia.
Well, yeah, I guess you're right, because he could probably make the 9 million here, possibly without even having the titles, right? He could do the whole lineal thing.
His next fight without the titles, they're all stripped from him. He is just Andy Ruiz, the lineal undisputed heavyweight champion who had his belt stripped because he wouldn't fight. And he'd be Tyson Fury. Frank Warren has already positioned himself. I'm sure Al Heyman would be all over it. I'm sure Bob would pop back out of the woodwork.
No, it would be him and Wilder. Him and Wilder would then instantly become a big fight for the PBC. Wilder still's got to get through Fury. It looks like that one's announced already. It's a good argument. I don't know how that one gets played out. We see celebrities.
A bag of money shows up. I'm gonna say it again.
But Lee, what I'm trying to say is we see celebrities going to Dubai. This is in Dubai, right?
Right. The WWE goes there. Everybody goes there.
Yeah, I mean, I was just told.
We're all outraged by the Saudi prince. Yeah, because they have lots of money and they do crappy shit. That's a thing. That's a legit thing.
Right. They do crappy shit in a lot of places that we go to around the world.
Yeah. You know what? They do a lot of
almost every Latin country out there, right? Am I lying?
Dude, we're both from California. Okay. We shoot up bars. We shoot up schools. We're worried about what the Saudi prince did by tracking down one reporter. Really?
Yeah. No, I hear you.
We just killed an informant in jail in broad daylight in Epstein. What are you talking about?
Yeah. No, I think Epstein. Hey, you know what the conspiracy I like? He erased himself. They got him out of there. He's on another island.
I like that one.
He's on another island somewhere else, bro.
By the way, check out on Monday for those of you that want to hear it. Bobby made me record an actual episode, a conspiracy episode. I have it.
That's cool. But hey, go ahead and make a public. Lee, let's make a public announcement. You are very healthy. What did Bobby say? I'm healthy and I don't have any suicidal thoughts.
Don't get me started, bro. When he put that out there, I sent it to a couple of people because I'm like, dude, nobody cares. Vice News and Anonymous are doing way crazier pieces than anything we'll come up with. We didn't break any new ground or anything. Right. Also on the FightNet timeline was a Ringside with Raymundo, Andrew, the first episode. How great is that shot?
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I thought it turned out really good. It took 2 takes because I kept screwing it up. But as you can see off to the very left, without the ring in the shot, so that I abide by ESPN rules, Andrew.
Still looks good.
You can barely see the edge of the ring right over there. That's where the ring is. So they had it in the far corner so that when the sun broke right at about 3 o'clock, that whole corner was shaded. It was great. I sat in these really puffy soccer chairs. It was fantastic. We broke last night on the show, and it's had quite a few downloads at this moment. I think we're almost at 1,000 views. But I'll break the news right here for everybody, for you podcast followers. Ringside with Raymundo broke the story that Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.'s next opponent is not Triple G, not Canelo Alvarez. That's right, you guessed it, Alfredo Angulo. I know you're all excited, all of you, all one of you, and you're probably related to Alfredo Angulo because this will be his biggest payday in how long, Andrew? Like, if ever, this might be his biggest payday. It'll be on the undercard of Spence Porter. Your reaction to the incredible broken story from Ringside with Raymundo.
Sad. Just a sad fight for both men. Angulo was a prospect in 2009. I forgot what his win record was, but he only has 25 fights right now, 7 defeats. 25 wins, excuse me. He just fell off. Like, there's nothing there, right?
You were a
Most
big
of the time,
Angulo guy. You were all up.
yeah, Lee, but then he has 7 losses, right? In his next, like, what would it be? Like 17 fights, maybe? Something like that? 18 fights, he has seven losses. Been stopped multiple times. He's not a super middleweight. He's not a light heavyweight. I don't know where he's fighting Chavez, but I know it's not at junior middleweight. I know that, so this fight's bullshit. Angulo's best fights were at 154. He's either going to be a fat ass at 160, what, 7? What is Chavez? No, Chavez is going to go above. Watch, he's going to be like 170.
He's a super middleweight, bro.
Yeah.
He's all yoked up.
Come on.
He's all yoked up now. He's getting ready for his big Canelo fight.
Hey, you guys, body shot. You know what I love about Chavez's last fight? If you guys watch, Chavez threw that left hook, bink, and then he like looks at him like, "Hey, stupid, go down." All right, there he goes. He went down.
We'll get to it in a minute because I ran a poll on the topic, so we'll cover the poll answers. But I asked everybody, like, you Chavez fans are amazing to me. You're like, no, that was real. You could hear it really hit. I'm like, what are you talking about? We had like 5,000 views of that fight, right?
Hey, Lee, go ahead.
No, I'm just amazed at the Chavez. Like, I'm
going to tell you this. I'm going to say it like this, you guys. It was real. The punch lands. But I honestly thought I believe they told that kid, hey, just the first good shot go down. Because there's a delayed reaction. You can say it was the body. Yeah, right? He was like, oh, that was good enough. Okay, here, let me do the
He pulls a straight up De La Hoya and borderline hits the mat. Oh, it just hurt so hard. I didn't know that he would hit so hard to the body.
I see Angulo. I see Angulo doing that for Mr. Heyman, Chavez, and the PBC, right? This is a free check to Angulo that he does not deserve. And let me tell you again, you guys, 7 defeats, 25 wins. That's not, there's nothing there. We should have let this guy go a long time ago. As a matter of fact, we're probably hurting him that they keep reusing him at this point in his career with 7 defeats, multiple knockouts. Do you have the knockout? I don't even know how many times he's been stopped, but I know it's been multiple times. Never had an elite win. He was just a prospect. He was a prospect that fell off, man. Kermit Cintrone, I think, is the one that derailed him. And then everyone gave Canelo shit for fighting Kermit Cintrone, even though probably Canelo's probably a fucking kid when he does it. It's probably like 18.
The other thing about this video, Andrew, that you're just letting go, you're not going to comment on the no goatee?
Oh.
And then I look like a guy in cue ball?
Yeah, you look younger. That's good.
Do I?
Clean cut always looks younger. Yes, sir.
I don't know. Wearing a white shirt with a clean-shaven dome like
Look
that.
like Tyson Fury, really.
Tyson was there. And I can safely say this. I don't look a thing like Tyson Fury. He's in
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You're bald. You look like Tyson Fury.
That's the whole bald thing. I get. Yeah. He does that all the time. Oh, shaved head guys got to get. No, we don't. I don't know if you're an asshole.
Hey, he's playing that American card up pretty good, huh? American flag again this week on his shirt. Wasn't it red, white, and blue?
Yeah, he played it up at the fight. I didn't watch him on ESPN, so I don't know what his whole angle was.
He talked about
Raimundo chased him down. We've actually got some exclusive photos from there. We're going to cover them in a second, but Raimundo's the real deal, dude. He runs around with a camera. He actually acts like a real reporter. This is, if
that's what you're supposed to do when you have that green thing around your neck, Lee. I don't know if you know that, but see that little badge right there makes you a reporter, bro. That's what you do.
I watched the fight, bro. I did my job. I pushed it.
I
had a meet and drink. I was supposed to meet a couple of people, and it never worked out. I only moved one $19. I cannot even believe I'm saying this out loud. It was $17 for a jalapeno michelada for one fan who asked to remain nameless. But we did have one fan who did win the Sandwich Challenge, Andrew. They got a $17 Michelada, and I think I got a $10 Powerade.
Eesh.
But the highlight of my day, because of the way this was all set up, Andrew, like at the break, I went out to my car because we could go in and out. I went and got a big thing of peanut butter pretzels that I had in the car from Bevmo. Literally walked them right back into the stadium. Sat down with my Powerade for the final 2 fights, and everybody in the media area, because they didn't even have water for the media at all. Like, they cut the costs all the way down, right? So it was me, this big thing of peanut butter pretzels, and everybody staring at me like I was eating a steak dinner during the fight. It was hilarious. Shout out to everybody. You should pack a lunch. You should know this already.
I hit record, and we went to, I think it's called Haps Steakhouse here in Pleasanton.
How was it?
Very good. Very good. No, I enjoyed it. I thought the steak, right, they're always good. Every top-notch steakhouse you go to, the steak is always good. What I thought, Lee, I thought it was the best baked potato I've ever had at a nice restaurant.
The sides make a steak. At this point in my career, all the steaks are dry-aged or wet-aged about the same. It always comes down to the sides at this point.
Yeah. You know what yes. If you have a bad steak, that ruins it all. You know what I mean? It's usually never that. It's going to be the sides that ruin the meal.
$18 a steak, everybody's got about the same level.
$18 a steak?
What were you at? Were you at the 30 range? Were you getting crazy dry-aged shit?
Christina's was in that range. I went bigger, why not? I still got some. It was that big.
Hard. You deserve it.
It was so big. My breakfast is steak. You know what I mean? That's what we're getting right now. So then I came home, stayed up until about 3, and then got up at 6 and went and watched the fights. So I've been up on 3 hours of sleep today.
Yes.
Yeah, the hand over the head. That was a perfect time for that. That's awesome. Your video, you put your hand over your eyes. That's fucking hilarious.
All right, let's move forward and clean all this up. Last night I was.
You know what she offered me?
Who?
My lady.
What did she offer you? A handy?
No, come on. What?
I don't know. I'm sorry. Those are called an old fashioned.
She said, "You want me to turn on the fight in the restaurant?" Is that awesome or what, dude?
Yes.
I'm telling you, she's the best, bro. There's nothing better than her.
Keeper.
That's a fucking key. I was like, "No, babe, I'm recording the fight." She's like, "We got the app."
I'll watch all 12 minutes of it when I get back. For those of you who watched ESPN all day from 3:30 on, you saw a couple of interesting fights break out at the fight. I'm not going to cover all those. I'm just going to cover the co-main and the main event. Jesse Magdaleno, Andrew. You know how much I like this kid.
Yes.
I don't know look, I kept posing this question to Raimundo all night. What is Bob Arum's fascination? Jesse Magdaleno. I mean, he's just a fantastic fighter, Andrew. I mean, I can't say enough about him. I mean, I'm just obsessed with him. I mean, I like to smell his shorts after the fight.
Oh, no.
I mean, there's a lot I really like. I mean, it's not like I wear his jock strap on my head or anything when I dance around naked at night. But, I mean, I do like to smell his shorts.
Okay. All right. Well, I just thought Bob liked him.
Jesse Magdaleno is a journeyman fighter that Bob has been behind forever. And he talks about him like he's De La Hoya for some reason. Like he really is high on Jesse Magdaleno.
Well, look, Lee, he's got one loss right now.
I'm sorry, did I miss the gold around his waist when he came to the ring?
No, but he's a fan. His style is fan favorite. Okay, decent boxer puncher. He's got power behind his punches. Good looking kid. Right? He sells a ticket on both ends. He could sell it to the husband and the wife. Husband likes to see his style of fighting. Wife likes to see him. So there you got that angle with him. last night he didn't disappoint again. Shows up, puts in a hell of a fight. I mean, the first few rounds, the guy's putting on a clinic in the boxing, southpaw stance, picking his shots. What was the other young man's name? Rivera? Is that what his last name was?
Yeah, I'll take your word for it.
Come on.
I mean, it was seven rounds. He got cracked across the nose. That was the end of the fight.
No. It wasn't that. No. He was winning the fight, and that kid started cheating. Look, I would like you to find his name. I would like to respect him by knowing his real name. I think it was Rivera.
All right. Wow, they didn't even put him in the official press release. How crappy is that, right?
Go up. Right there.
There he is. Rivera.
Rivera. So there it is.
Yeah.
All right.
He's
Rafael
Mexican.
Rivera.
He's
Rafael
proud to
Rivera.
be Mexican, Andrew.
You know what sucks about
Mexican?
him?
Look at these quotes. Wait, hold on. This is fucking Bob at his best.
But I was going somewhere with this. Wait, hold on to that.
Oh.
Rivera was being introduced as a pressure fighter. This guy that don't give up. He's in your face the whole time. He's going to test Magdaleno tonight. You know what you can add to his resume? Is he's a cheater. Last night, he was punching behind the head. He threw a low blow. He threw a headbutt that cut Magdaleno over the eye. And then the last one that ultimately ended the fight was an elbow. And it's clear on tape. The dude throws a punch, misses, and literally, bam, hits him with the elbow. It was really, last night, that 9th round was great for both MMA and boxing. In that round, you seen what both could do to an opponent. The elbow, a perfectly thrown elbow, hits him right over the eye, splits it open. This fight's over if that doctor don't stop it. He's going to walk through Magdaleno. On the other end, Magdaleno dropped him in this round with a beautiful 6-inch southpaw left hand, straight left, but it's compact. It's inside. It's a beautiful punch. I loved both of those I loved both of them, even though one was a cheat. One was a clear foul, but it's a great foul. It's a foul he needed because he was getting his ass kicked at that point. He had just gotten off the canvas. Add cheater to his resume. Go ahead, Lee.
He's Mexican, Andrew.
Right?
He's proud to be Mexican. Did you know that September 14th is Mexican Independence Day weekend? And the best fighter in Mexico will be there to defend his title, Andrew. He's Mexican. I love Bob. I want to get old just so I can say shit like he's Mexican.
Magdaleno looked good, but he also looked vulnerable at the end. In the 6th round, he was getting beat up, and he had to bring it back in the 7th to get the momentum back in the fight because it really looked like the pressure of Rivera was starting to get to him. He was stopped by Dog Boy. That's his only defeat.
That's correct.
And if that doctor doesn't stop it looked like Lee Magdaleno said no. I don't know it. I'm not there. Body language looks like when he was asked, do you want to continue, meaning that doctor gave him the option, it looks like Magdaleno shakes his head no. You guys can tell me I'm wrong if you've seen something different, but that's what I seen.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with everything you said.
Right? He knew he was ahead on cards. He had just dropped the guy. Let's get out of here. Let's go to the scorecards and get out of here with the win.
The kid has legit explosive power, okay?
Yes.
Navarrete has real power. There's no denying it. It's blistering. He extends that arm. He has good punches.
Magdaleno, you mean? Navarrete was the main event. Magdaleno, what I'm nervous about, Lee, is Top Rank was setting up Magdaleno to fight Navarrete, and that's not a good matchup because of that first sentence. You see where it says Navarrete, who upset Isaac Dogboy to win the title?
Right.
That's the man that dethroned Magdaleno. Now, I know you guys are going to say, well, A and B don't mean that B and C are going to be the same or however that saying goes. I understand that. But Navarrete seems like the real deal, and Magdaleno seems vulnerable. And I wouldn't match them two up.
More like he could be a PBC fighter. Like he's He's a little too much about showboating. He's a little bit too much about, like, Jesse
He's got a little bit of Camacho in him. How about that?
Okay, all right.
Right?
All right.
I'll agree with you on that.
Look, he doesn't have the skill to behave like that.
Yep. I think.
Okay.
Remember, Lee? He's 28-1. He's 28-1. The kid's got a decent record. He's been a champion before. But you're right. I like that. Camacho. He might be a little bit too much Camacho for Navarrete, who brings it. This guy just brings it. He is your Chavez of that that type of style. Did you guys see those combinations he was throwing? And they hit it out the park, Lee. ESPN told us, Ward and Bradley said, man, this guy has 6 knockouts, not an impressive resume. Look for Navarrete to try to walk through him. And that's exactly what he did last night.
Walked him down.
Yep.
Cleaning up the evening, Chris Van Heerden beat up a white guy. Hashtag MTK4Life. Javier Molina, the 2008 Olympian, won his 3rd consecutive bout. He's now 20-2. Dimitri Yoon improved to 2-0 with a 6-round unanimous decision over Javier Martinez. At super lightweight prospect, Elvis Rodriguez beat up Jesus Gonzalez. That wraps up a good time in the Old Town tonight, as they say. Andrew, let's move forward.
Okay.
There are some videos available on the website that we took that were ringside.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, these are great shots, right?
Yeah.
This is all ringside with Raymundo, giving us exclusive photos and access to the event. Feel free to go check those out at Fight Net Radio. More boxing stuff available online. Look at these shots, crazy. He just walked right in there with his camera, got the work done. All right. Let's see what else.
You two need to get to Vegas. We need interviews, Lee.
I'm working on it. I really need somebody in Vegas. Do you want me to tell me about this?
Hey, where's Willie? Where's Willie at?
Where's Willie? I understand.
Wasn't he supposed to come back today? Did he text you? Did he text you, Lee? Because he didn't text me. So
you're doing stuff that's inside for non.
All right, I'm just fucking with them.
All right, hold on. We should have been increasing the number of on-air reporters who should be here. Our paid player showed up last night, right? Created some great content, dropped some knowledge, made a great video. Then Andrew talked to Guillermo last night. For those of you who don't know, Guillermo Jimenez is listed as one of our co-hosts, right? And he claimed that he was going to come back on. He does impressions way better than I do. They're almost legendary at this point, some of the stuff we've done. He is not here. And there you go. You're all caught up. And Andrew literally loaded up some dude getting beat up into a casino on Fight Net Radio.
Dude, that was a straight finish me move. Man, why did you leave that video? That's one of the best videos of the year. I don't know if it was. Oh, yeah. Look, this guy is straight, probably, Asian mob that had one too many drinks that night, a little bit older, shouldn't be messing around. And then he's just going to flip out, dude, and get all fucking samurai on him, rip off the shirt with all dragon tattoos down his back. Look at this. Oh, like, you think samurai sword's coming out right now, right? Grabs the dude, Johnny Cage, and starts whooping his ass. Just whooping the Wu Lang's ass. What was that dude's name in Mortal Kombat? And then watch this. Finish him.
Take your word.
Yeah, I love this.
Jacked up right there. But
watch this, Lee. Finish him. Bam. Then the pump. Bam. Oh, that was awesome.
And bounced his head on the table. Body shot, kick, right? And then a right hand to finish and bounce his head. Kung Lao. And that's Johnny Cage, boy. They should have did Mortal Kombat. I don't know why they did Street Fighter. That was a finish me. Go check out the video on Fight.
Yeah. Hey, you guys, just because they have tattoos don't mean shit. Don't mean shit. Guy ripped off his shirt.
They all get out the same. They all get that takes us to Floyd Mayweather Sr.
Hey, Lee, wait a minute. Hey, Lee, check this out. What if that guy was like a black belt in his, in whatever karate or whatever they do,
right?
And then Johnny Cage, fake ass Johnny Cage, whooped his ass on film. Damn it, that's not
that kid
good.
Knew how to throw a kick. That wasn't. You
think so?
Yeah, I know that kid.
Oh man, that looks so amateur. All right,
do it again. I'll show
Let's
it to you
do it.
again. Okay, fight breakdown. This is like the Gracie fight breakdown that you guys see online. I said, don't fucking touch her. Don't fucking touch me. Guy with the slick back hair is picking his fight. Now he's going to go full rage mode and tear off his white T-shirt, which that's kind of impressive. It's really hard to tear a T-shirt like that. But he's going to front up, and this dude grabs him by the face. He's shook off, and he gets 3 right hands right there, and then 1 to the back of the head before security drags him off. Okay, and I'm going to explain this again. When the dude stands up, watch how he walks in and plants. Yeah, he knows how to kick, dude. He knew to come in and pivot off that left back foot. It is amateurish because it's a real fight. Like, you can't really throw that in real time. If he did that to me, I would have grabbed his leg and leg screwed him or, like, fucking heel hooked him or something. Like, I would have grabbed it.
Hey, look at his stance. Maybe you're right. Look at the end. Is that his drunk karate move? Because he's drunk too, Lee.
Yes. I mean...
Go watch. You're sharing it.
There's a great one of the Chuck Norris movies. Yes, go ahead.
Watch the very end. I think he's doing a fucking. He's either mocking this man or you're right. He does have experience in karate. Watch the end when the camera goes back to him. It does look like he's doing something. I didn't catch that until right now.
He doesn't know how to throw a right hand very well.
Well, that's karate.
So I'm going to say it's probably karate or some bullshit discipline.
Bullshit discipline.
And no disrespect to any of you who got your black belt in 2 years doing karate, but this is all it means you can do is beat up a drunk guy in a casino.
A 55-year-old drunk guy.
That's quality. Okay, so he comes in. Watch how he scoops the leg. He knows how to throw that kick. That right hand was terrible.
Watch him.
His stance is really good, and he actually moves that leg
forward. Watch this.
Full extension.
Watch this. Was that him doing a karate move?
No, I think he was waving people off.
Okay, all right.
Floyd Mayweather Sr. is also on our site. He comes with the top record, Andrew. I don't even know why he posted this. He didn't get 901, but he did come in second place.
Yeah, he's like 60-something years old, bro. That old man to knock a lot of men out still. That dude is not young.
Yes. No,
his son is 42.
I don't think his son can hit with the same power.
Right. You know, his brother, Roger, knocked out a heavyweight at 118 pounds. There is a legend about he knocked out a heavyweight in his gym. They got into a fight, got in disagreement.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So go check that out on our timeline. Then a picture of a lion and Lennox Lewis.
Is he coming back? Is he coming back?
No, he's not coming back.
Lee, what's the picture mean? Do you know him and Joshua are beefing, right?
Yes, I know they're beefing.
Ooh.
You want to cover it? Okay, so Andrew reposted a photo that Lennox Lewis put up of a sleeping lion, which is making the reference of leaving sleeping lions to rest. Lennox Lewis would get his shit handed to him by Anthony Joshua.
Oh, I totally agree. I don't think that has anything to do with the comeback. I think it's all about that dazzling money that's being thrown around. You just want to put your foot in the water just to see, right? Let's just tell what is it? How hot is it? What are they going to give me? What if they go, we'll give you $60 million for 2 fights. One fight will be against I don't know, Dominic Brazil will be his first comeback fight. And then you'll fight Joshua for 30 million guaranteed and whatever we make on everything else. I mean, dude, all I'm saying is some of these men, you see it all the time. These retired athletes talk about the money that the kids are making nowadays and how they wish they could come back. If you have any, what is the word, Lee? if there's anything in his body that believes he can make a comeback for this check, why not? Why not? I don't know I don't know if he's doing it or not, but it's cool. It's a cool picture. If I'm Anthony Joshua,
it is a very cool picture, but it all stems from Lennox Lewis giving shit to.
He's PBC, man.
Trading shit back and
PBC.
forth.
Yeah, we always knew he was jealous. Look, you guys, these men have egos, and before Anthony Joshua came, the only person talked about over there is Lennox Lewis in the heavyweight division. He is the greatest of their heavyweight fighters.
Just ask him.
No, yeah, I mean Lennox was legit. But then came Joshua. You know what I mean? And Joshua winning gold medals and knocking out Klitschko. That Klitschko knockout was big. It was heard around the world. Probably a bigger win than anything Lennox ever did. Is that safe to say? Right?
No,
he fought Holyfield old. He fought Tyson old. Both of them might not be his fault. Could have been, there's stories of Tyson gave him money to stay away. We know Riddick Bowe didn't want to fight him. So politics might have kept him out from it being bigger in his legacy. He's like a Joe Calzaghe, but because the UK didn't have a lot of successful fighters that would come over here and actually win, any win they get is big. So Joe Calzaghe, same thing. Bernard Hopkins, Roy Jones, very old when he beat him. I actually didn't even think he beat Bernard Hopkins. I was at that fight. He made a man that used to land 1,000 punches only land like 500 that night. And in Floyd's day, that gives Floyd a win. They would have been preaching about Bernard's defense, not Joe landing 1 out of 3 punches or whatever he was doing that night. So yeah, same caliber of fighter, but a great fight if they can make that comeback just because of the two names. We've seen it a lot too. It's not like, oh, this is so stupid, we've never seen this before. It's just about if Lennox can actually get a win, look impressive, and yeah, hey, don't fucking wake that line. It would be, imagine if he came back and knocked Joshua out, Lee. Joshua is vulnerable, right? Can we at least agree to that?
Yeah.
All right, I'm done.
Tyson Fury made it official this week, along with Bob. He will be fighting Otto Whalen at the T-Mobile Arena. They're going all in. They're going for the big arena in Vegas next time. And they'll probably sell it, Andrew. Tyson Fury is a complete personality and a character. He's all over the country. He does all kinds of things. He's a very smart individual who knows how to play to the fans and to the media. So he will be fighting Otto Whalen. Don't sleep on Otto, Andrew.
No, I'm sleeping on Otto.
You heard what I said at the press conference. Don't sleep on Otto.
Yeah, I know. And you started talking about shit in the 1920s or something like that. I was like, what the fuck?
I have told you guys that Bob is going to start playing I remember a guy back in 1912.
He did that. Yeah, he did that.
Yeah, right. He does it all the time. And like you guys all think that I'm making this stuff up about Bob pulling these things. Don't sleep on Otto Whalen. I remember Jersey Joe Walcott slept on a guy once. What, when you were in the corner bringing water? Like, what's up with you, Bob? Like,
no, these are hard sells. These are hard sells. It's Schwartz.
It's a hard sell. So you stack the card, right? It's on ESPN Plus. He's not making people pay for pay-per-view, right? We watched Deontay Wilder fight Vegas on pay-per-view.
Vegas is the one I'm worried about.
$25.
You can say all you want. You can say all you want. Caesar's Palace was just sold out there. 1,000 people have been released this year from the MGM in Las Vegas alone. No, this is real. And Tyson Fury versus Otto Whalen isn't bringing a sold out stadium. Excuse me. Otto Whalen.
Get the kid's name right. Don't sleep on him, Andrew.
No, I won't, because we won't know who the fuck he is after this fight. The poster shows me that. He doesn't even look like a heavyweight
for
contender.
Life, Andrew. Hashtag MTK for life. That was my running joke last night with Raymundo. I'm like, I don't even know where they find this many white undefeated fighters.
Didn't they find this guy from Switzerland or Sweden? Some shit,
bro. They find him from all over the world.
Yeah. He's undefeated and he did real good in the amateurs. Come on, this is crazy. Like they're straight robbing ESPN right now. I hope it pays out for them. Look, Wilder versus Fury 2 on pay-per-view. I hope pays ESPN back for all the bullshit that Bob Arum's been serving them up right now. This shouldn't get that many views. Otto Wallen.
Otto Wallen.
Did I say Otto? I said Otto. What are you talking about?
You keep saying Otto.
No, it must be the microphone. I said Otto. You're bullshit. I said Otto, dude.
Okay. Take this moment to take a quick break and
I just stubbed my toe.
Big shout out to Anthony Champross, longtime friend of the show. Check out his fantasy boxing prediction league. You can find the link on our page.
How did I do? Am I number one yet?
Prediction league. Are you? He told he's like, do you think Andrew's going to do it? I don't know if Andrew's going to do it.
I did it. I dropped like 7 predictions.
First
yesterday.
place is D. Jefferson.
Go
Second
down.
Is all right.
Oh,
Mario
that's
Cooper.
it.
Everybody's in this. All right.
Here, go ahead. See more.
Yeah, I'm going to right here. Hold on. 15 minutes ago. Where is Andrew on the list? I don't even see you on the list yet.
Oh, man, that's fucking Well, I missed week 1.
Brian, Vic Darshinian. Look at the list that's on here. He's got a pretty good list. Did you sign up as Fight Net Radio?
There, I'm the last one. I just did.
Last, bro.
This was my first week.
Dude, you suck. You tied with Austin.
No,
Trout.
hey, jerk face. This is week 2 already. I only did 1 week.
Jerk face.
Hey, look at my picks though. I did good. Look at my picks.
I believe you. Look, you got 50 along with Austin Trout. You two are killing it in dead last.
I got to do better. I don't know how the scoring system works right now.
Boxers you're beating by. That's Mario's beating you.
Hey, Lee, you're so stupid.
Why did you not call yourself Fight Net Radio, bro?
Well, that's what I'll tell Champ to do that. I can't.
Yeah, look, he got his 3 Kings plug in.
Yeah, no, I can tell him to do that. That's why I was asking if you did it. Didn't I ask you?
No, I was just helping him out, bro. I'm terrible at picking fights.
Oh, you're such a liar. You're such a liar, bro. Whatever. But see, it's week 2. It's week 2.
All right, maybe I'll jump in. All right.
Okay.
No problem.
He said we have 12 weeks. It's a 12-week game. We're in week 2. So there you go. And whoever else wants to sign up should go sign up.
Well, I can't do any worse than you or Austin Trout.
Oh man, whatever. I did great. You didn't even look at my picks.
No, well,
I don't care though. Keep going. Yeah, we'll do it later.
All right.
Hey, Lee, how about this? Lee.
Yes.
When you start playing, we will make that a segment. We'll see how our picks are doing every week.
Okay. Well, I know that we're going to start keeping up on fantasy football as well. So the fantasy leagues are about, kids. It's strap season. Jump on it. Jump on it.
Christina's probably mad right now.
All right, we covered Kovalev, Yarde. Okay, so here's the really interesting one. So I posted up 2 videos with Eddie Hearn and Andy Ruiz, right? And I posted polls on both of them. The first poll that I posted was, will they fight in Saudi Arabia? The fans are really split on this, Andrew. Legit. And these aren't like, oh, you only have like 20, 30, 40 votes. No, this is about 1,000 votes.
Yeah, Lee, listen.
Fans are really not sure how this is going to play out. And I think that's going to hurt him.
Look, if he doesn't get out through contract, right, through court, then he fakes an injury. Who can say he faked one? If he says, "Oh, I pulled a back muscle," right? I was sparring. Sorry, guys, I really didn't want this to happen, but it happened, right? And then he's out anyways. It's very likely he's not going to Saudi Arabia unless what Lee has been telling you guys that fucking extra 10 mil comes in cash.
Of cash.
Cash. They fly over his house through Mexico, of course. Drone that shit over his backyard and drop it. He can't bring it back through the airport. They're going to have to fly over here and drop it somehow, like they used to drop drugs out of the sky in that one Tom
it'll
Cruise
just
movie.
be a big button, but nobody's monitoring that area.
I know,
There's probably tunnels underneath his new house.
I told you, it's where his tree house is. It's like the gummy bears.
Right. That's the pop-up spot.
Yes.
Also announced this week.
I want to see that show. What was that show called? It was on HBO. It was a great cartoon. The kids should watch that.
Errol Spence,
I'm going to tell Kelly.
Sean Porter had their press conference. So I put it out there for the entire fan crowd, Andrew. Do you guys actually want to see this fight? And remarkably, 87% yes, only 13% no. And that's based on about 1,000 people. I thought the comments were interesting, which were, yes, we want to see the fight. No, we don't want to see it on pay-per-view. And everybody agrees that Errol Spence is going to beat the shit out of Sean Porter. So I guess my perspective is this. Yes, everybody wants to see this fight so that Sean Porter gets beat up, I guess. I mean, that's kind of the vibe I get, Andrew. What's your final takeaway on this fiasco of a fight?
The PBC has a cult following that act like that's a real unification bout. And
is it pay-per-view worthy in your mind?
No, it's not. And it's not the fight we want to see. But they can do it. Listen, they can do it because it's there. You can't knock Spence for fighting a guy with the belt. He's not the one running the politics. He didn't crown, Spence the title and then fight him, so it's not his fault. He's an undefeated rising star in our sport. If he wants to go the easy route, he can do that. Now we know what the legend route is. We know what would have made him a superstar overnight, and that's fighting Terrence Crawford. But he doesn't want to do it. So I can't knock him. He literally told his fan base he doesn't have to because of age, which sort of makes him, what's the word, man? I don't like calling these guys names, but I mean, when you literally tell your fan base, oh yeah, look, I'm hella young, so I can wait, and he's just gonna get older. What? That's how we're talking nowadays? Planning the guy's downfall through age? I mean, of course, Lee, they used to do this back in the days, but now we're just gonna be upfront with it?
Yeah, Andrew, yes. This is the demise of the PBC, and everybody just sit back and enjoy it while they feast on themselves and make the fights that they claimed they were going to make year one here at the very end with a bunch of fighters we don't actually care about anymore.
Yeah,
I don't care about Sean Porter. I literally don't care about Sean Porter.
That's right. You're absolutely right, Lee. Danny Garcia is an afterthought.
Year one, we didn't get it.
The Charlo brothers are an afterthought. No one even knows, out of the PBC cult, no one even knows some of these fighters' names anymore. That's how inactive.
Broner took his cash and retired. Took his ball, went home. I'm all done. Yep. There you go. There's your PBC update. I will be next Saturday. I will be at Viejas Casino, Andrew. Connor Coyle, Santiago Dominguez.
I mean, Lee, real fast. Even if Spence beats Porter, they can even easily go, we really tried with Crawford, you guys, but we just can't come to a deal because Bob is trying to rip him off. You know how that is. Oh, he's trying to rip off the fighters, right? You know that angle they're going to move on that. He can move up to 154, and there's like 4 more PBC guys he can fight up there, and that Terrence Crawford fight never even develops.
Right.
That's how sad this is becoming now.
No, this is the end of a company squeezing out the last drops of any fights that they can pull off. They're going to squeeze. Congratulations to all the PBC fans. You're going to get all your dream fights here at the end with people that don't matter, but they're going to do it. They're going to squeeze it out before they declare bankruptcy. My guess is before the end of next year, they're going to file for protection. And
the PBC, if this happens, the bankruptcy, it is going to hurt boxing in the future a lot more than fans know, Lee. These people invested a lot of money into this man that was supposed to be a boxing whisperer.
He fucked him sideways, up and down.
Yes. No,
Like,
he
I've
fucked
never-
them so bad. They've been trying to sue him for the last 2 years. They've been trying to
Right.
get out of the deal.
The deal, right? Hundreds of millions of dollars that they all got sucked into.
And they won't do
And
this
here's
again.
what you guys get for your money. We found Robert Guerrero and we dusted him off to go get his ass kicked again.
Hey, we found Alfredo Angulo. He's even worse. At least Robert has good
What about this
wins.
card that they're stacking. We got Chavez versus Angulo, Spence versus Porter. We found Robert. Like, they did everything they could to make this their big pay-per-view of the year. Like, we're banking on this one. We're going to town on this bad boy. No, you really didn't.
Darrell Benavidez. How many times can you reuse Darrell? I mean, fuck.
This is terrible. This is just terrible. Terrible.
Oh, and you know what? Okay, hold on. So this is the fight where Darrell's giving Benavidez a shot at his title bag. Benavidez got caught on cocaine, I believe, and was stripped. And then Darrell wins it with who did he fight? Yeah, Darrell did win the title. I'm forgetting the prospect he beat, but I don't think he was the favorite in that fight. He wins the title. There, and Darrell gets another fight with the PBC.
I'll see what I can do about getting an interview. I'm friends with Darrell on social media, and I don't mean in an indirect way.
I don't want to knock him. He did earn that shot with Benavidez. He won a vacant title that Benavidez lost on a dirty test. So that's Benavidez' fault.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
I'll see about getting an interview with him. We're actually friends on social media.
Cool.
Not like I'm making that shit up. Like, he's actually like on my private page of friends. I don't know how he is.
He had a big fight.
Connor Coyle, Santiago Dominguez, Ariana Grande will be at Viejas Resort next Friday, fighting it out in a 3-way battle royal boxing match for Roy Jones Boxing Promotion. Please support them. They're fantastic cards. I'm picking Ariana Grande in this fight, Andrew, in the triple threat. I'm a fan.
I was like, he's got a new commercial for her, huh? I swear to God, you're so stupidly. I thought you were doing a new commercial.
Connor Coyle, Santiago Dominguez, and Ariana Grande streaming live and exclusively on UFC Fight Pass. There you go. I did my part. If you go to the event,
yes.
The only person who's probably going to go is probably Josel. Maybe. I don't know anybody in South San Diego. Like, do you know where Viejas is, Andrew? Like, it's literally Andy Ruiz is who I expect to see at the fight. Okay, that's where I'm going, Andrew.
Video of the year, Lee.
Weird-ass gun video of the shit apocalypse that you posted. Why were you so
Look at what his
obsessed?
son tells him. Watch.
Okay, hold on.
Watch.
This is why mom doesn't fucking love you.
True.
Now I'm
It's the
thinking
only
that's
reason to have boys.
Hey, see, now I'm being told that they were brothers. I thought that was the dad. I literally thought that was the dad.
Either way, this dude just shot a gun off in the house.
He's divorced. That is a divorced man who can do whatever the fuck he wants in his own house. But his son is legend.
This is why mom doesn't fucking love you.
It's not bad.
That's fucking awesome.
And my favorite of the past week, and I will read it out loud from 50 Cent. And this all started, let me rewind this so it's correct, Andrew. BoxRec came out. This is probably where we should have started.
Ugh, what a
we'll
garbage.
start here, and then we'll talk about this, and then we'll rewind it to the 50 Cent quote, and that's how we'll end the show, Andrew. BoxRec came out with their point tabulation of the greatest fighters of all time. Remarkably, Floyd Mayweather made the top of the list with 2,255 points. Manny Pacquiao, Carlos Monzon, Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson, Bernard Hopkins, Joe Louis, Archie Moore. I love the PBC people who jumped on it. I think there's some names missing. What, you think Deontay Wilder should be on this list? Like, if you compiled all his points, he's below Hector Macho Camacho, I bet, on the list. I'll bet you, based on the way their point system works, like if you tabulated all of Deontay Wilder's points, I bet he doesn't even have 500 points, right?
Right.
If James Toney only has 25 points, right, with the record he maintained and the guys that he fought, look at this. Roy Jones is at 20 based on the point structure, right? Floyd gets to take advantage of the crazy point structure. I mean, ultimately, if you're going by points, I kind of agree. It's based on quality of opposition and who they fought. You don't like these systems. You don't like point systems, Andrew. Go ahead.
Well, I mean,
Feel free to
quality
comment.
of opposition. I don't understand that. If they're putting in age, a lot of Floyd's biggest wins come with guys who are over 35. They're not
That's
even
not
over
how
30.
system-
All
point
right. Well,
system
when you're talking to a human being and not a computer, I'm going to tell you that a lot of his biggest fights, or you're saying quality of opposition, come against fighters who are over 35, not over 30. Like, this is like, get out of here. Yeah, drop some names real fast. I think we go look up people like De La Hoya, people like Sugar Shane Mosley, people like Juan Manuel Marquez. These are 3 legends on his record, yet he did not fight these guys in their primes or their prime divisions. And I'm sorry, the Marquez, overweight. Is that in the point system that he didn't make weight? Is it in the point system that the next day he didn't fucking weigh in for the next day's scale? And all they did was pay Marquez. Pay, get in the ring, lose a 12-round decision, we'll all go home. I'll hug you, we'll smile. It'll be a 12-round hug fest. Is that in the point system? Because that's a big legend. De La Hoya. Oh, no, I'm just saying. Carlos Monzona here. Manny Pacquiao. Did anyone see the 3 losses he had in his prime? Isn't he knocked out by body shots? Didn't Eric Morales come off a defeat and whoop his ass? The fuck? Oh, but he could beat all the other legends that went undefeated for years.
Andrew,
Okay.
I'm a big Harry Greb fan.
Carlos Monzon.
Harry Greb was the man.
Carlos Monzon. I'm sorry right now. Every list I've ever seen, Hagler's above him. Every fight that I've ever heard about in the middleweight division, as far as the legend, it's Hagler. How the fuck did Carlos Monzon pass him up? Hagler beat Hearns and Leonard and Duran.
Andrew,
no, you know what? He
Harry
didn't beat
Greb?
Leonard. Excuse me.
Why are you missing Harry Greb?
He didn't beat Leonard, but that shouldn't be a knock because neither Pacquiao didn't beat hella people while he was in his prime. It's a stupid list.
Don't worry. You'll get your comeuppance by 50 Cent. 50 Cent put the final spin on it, Andrew style. Tell Floyd I said he won. He is the greatest of all time. And nobody can ever take that away from him and what he's done with his life. It's amazing. I'm done with all the back and forth. Now, can someone please read this to the chat? Hashtag positive vibes. Way to go, 50 Cent. Perfect way to end this show. Did we miss anything you wanted to talk about, Andrew?
Floyd's biggest wins was Diego Corrales and Saul Alvarez.
There we go.
Yeah. No, they are. They are. Both of those fighters are in their prime. Diego Corrales is a monster when Floyd takes him out. Okay? That you can't take that away. Until Saul Alvarez, that's the only fight they ever talked about was the Diego Corrales, because that's really one of the only undefeated champions. Both guys are in their peak form that he fought. Unfortunately, Diego Corrales was about to go to prison for beating the shit out of his wife before that fight. I think he does 2 years in prison. So, unfortunately, that's what happened that night with Floyd. He didn't even get the satisfaction of that win because of circumstances. Yes, he destroyed him, but going in, not too many people had insiders had Diego winning because of the simple fact he was about to turn himself in to go to prison for 2 years.
Check us out, fightnetradio.com.
Do they have that in the stats? I'm just saying.
No.
I'm just saying, Lee.
I knew
I
that
know.
when I shouted to you that I was creating this. I knew it. I knew it. That's why I saved it for the end.
Julio Cesar Chavez.
There we go. Go ahead and talk about Chavez.
Sugar Ray Robinson. Joe Louis. Okay? These were guys that belong in the top 3, people. All right? I don't know what positions they're at because all legends are legends, but those 3 go to the top. Julio Cesar Chavez is something they still haven't been able to reproduce. Listen to me, to all you people that say Don King fixed his fights, then why the fuck didn't Don King do it again? Because he sure in the fuck needs a Julio Cesar Chavez right about now. If Bob Arum knew how to fix Chavez's career or do a fighter in light, why haven't they done it? 89-0, 3 weight divisions, 5 titles, legends in every single one. Magic Taylor, Camacho, Ramirez. These are legends. Mayweather. No. The Camacho had 1 defeat versus Edwin Rosario. Oh, excuse me. Throw his Rosario on there too. Rosario was a favorite going into the fight. Taylor was a favorite. Every time Chavez fought, they always said he was going to lose. He can't beat the boxer. Then he beats the boxer. He beat so many boxers in his fucking career, they had to wait until he had back problems at 32 for Whitaker at, 29 to finally last 12 rounds. And I think me and Lee did a video on that. You guys want to see how I called it? Watch the video. Lee should repost that video. We called that fight. I can't believe Whitaker ran the 12th round. I can't. We all know how boxing is. We know how. I'll tell you what, you guys, if De La Hoya did that, you guys would call him a bitch. Oh, wait, Trinidad. Fuck out of here. But Pernell Whitaker, he boxed him. No, he didn't. He ran in the last round. He runs bad. Like, Lee, me and you were calling the fight. We're like, what the fuck is he doing? Turn it out. Don't give me that, I won so many rounds already, I can just throw away one. You can't in boxing. Boom, there's the draw. You know that.
Fight Net Radio. FightNetRadio.com with Andrew and Lee. Talking boxing, combat, sports, comedy, football, and everything kick-ass. All on FightNetRadio.com. Fight Net Radio!